It's the Monday afternoon of July 25th, 2016, along about supper time at Stalwart, Saskatchewan. This is Treaty 4 territory from 1874, thrown open for settlement by the federal government around the turn of the 20th century. From 1906, the William Pierce Company sold the odd-numbered sections in many townships through this area, populating it with mainly well-to-do American farmers from the northern United States. Looking due south down what might have been called Railway Avenue, Canadian Pacific built the grade in 1910, and on July 25th, 1911, the steel was hammered through Stalwart. A portable station was dropped off in 1912 and replaced in 1917 by a standard Western Lines Station A2 at mile 50.8 from Craven on what CP called its Colonze sub, 108.5 miles from Craven at the southern tip of Long Lake to Colonze. The station was sold off in 1987 and became a house in town. That's the first elevator built in Stalwart, 1913, by State Elevator Company, and behind it you can't see the diminutive Saskatchewan Cooperative Elevator Company building. They were merged by the pool in 1984 and closed down 2 years later. In 1914, the Beaver Elevator Company built, followed by Stalwart Grain in 1916, both long gone. Stalwart never was incorporated. It was a sometimes organized hamlet, but that status ended in dissolution on November 28, 1969. It's now a ward of the rural municipality of Big R, number 251, of which it is the headquarters. Looking along Main Street east, the Royal Bank building stood in that corner down there. Come 1912, the Joe Bradley store had been skidded in from Wolf Valley 2 miles to the south. A school had been built and elevators were going up. Come 1918, W.J. Canning operated a livery barn and a dray service. There was a couple of implement dealerships. Mrs. Jacquard ran a grocery store. Smith's boarding house, Mills Hardware, Wong Sing's restaurant and meat market. 2 dealers in oils, E.E. Wilson's billiards parlor, Kazenberg's Cozy Corner, and a Beaver Lumber. The post office had been opened on May 1st, 1912 by Joseph Bradley in his store, but likely not right here. This might be the Orange Hall, built in 1924 as the successor to Kazenberg's Cozy Corner and Dance Hall. By that year, a new school had been constructed, a 2-room wood frame school with white siding, and a little cupola perched on the peak of the roof over the main entrance. I don't know where it was or when it closed. Kids commute to Imperial for classes these days. I'm looking westward along Main Street, I guess. To the west is undifferentiated glacial till deposits, although Stalwart sits on the deltaic material that stretches from here to the lake eastward. This is in the southeast corner of town. Looks like a little privy. Saskatchewan Power Corporation electrified the community in 1952 and inspired the population to pull together and build a curling rink in 1954. These pillars seem to mark a significant boundary and lead to this road. Perhaps it goes nowhere off to the south. A mystery. Maybe the school is down there. Out by the highway, this might be the old CPR section house, twinned with Mrs. Kazenberg's house. The curling rink was a great center for the community, but it closed in 1976 just due to lack of interest, and the building is now nowhere to be seen. Like most other communities around here, Stalwart loved its baseball early on, and in fact the Wampus Cats even won the Long Lake Cup one year. No baseball diamonds to be found in Stalwart today, though. In fact, the annual sports day ended during World War II. The number 2 highway north, the Veterans Way, a make-work project during the 30s. Imperial is 12K that away, with Watrous 35 beyond. And in the early days, an alternative to the Qu'Appelle Long Lake and Saskatchewan Railway, about 35 kilometers to the southeast at Craig, people could come up the lake on the Pearson Land Company's SS Qu'Appelle, at least until 1914. Used to put in at Genvers at the Big Arm, about 6 kilometers to the southeast of Stalwart, Saskatchewan.